In today's video, I am going to cover my 8 fastest selling items of the summer. So this is going back only starting on June 1st. I know that we all talk about how slow summer is, and June was good for me. However, July has been pretty slow, which is understandable. So that's just how it goes. So we need to accommodate and do things a little differently in order to get through our slow July. So I thought it would be important to talk about my fastest selling items for the last 2 months. I have 8 of them to show you, and all 8 of these items have sold in under 12 days or less. 1, 2, 3 of them sold within 1 day. One of them sold on the same day, but we'll go over that in all of detail. So by the time you finish with this video, you will be able to see what is selling fast in Canada for me, which might be different for you. So just keep that in mind as well. I'm going to put up the items here or here, whichever way they go. And I have a screenshot of them over here just so I can reference to them. All right, first up is this vintage 80s prom dress, sweetheart neckline, sequin bow, metallic Cyndi Lauper. Now, I did talk about this before in a what sold video, probably back in June. This item actually took only 1 day to sell. I sold it for a full asking price of $50, and my profit was $31.43. I will be completely honest with you. I think this was just a complete fluke. I was the right place at the right time to sell this item. I don't think something like this is going to sell that quickly. Whoever needed this needed it quickly. But as you can see, the keywords in here I think are very important for this piece because obviously I just picked it up for Style Base. I thought because it was from the 80s, it actually is a vintage item. I would give it a shot. I can't remember how much paid for it, but it wasn't much, maybe $5, $7, something like that. So my keywords I thought were really, really important in here. Of course, vintage 80s was definitely going to be on top. Metallic, I know, is another in keyword. People are looking for that. And I honestly thought Cyndi Lauper would definitely be kind of wearing this sort of vibe. So very excited with that. Only sold in with one day. Okay, moving on. And I thought this was actually another really interesting. I actually purchased this for myself at a local thrift shop, and it didn't fit me. It sold in 6 days, and I actually sold it for $20. My profit was $12.01. I have to tell you, I would say this year, I have picked up, this would be my 3rd Roxy dress. Pardon me. No, my 4th Roxy item. This is the 3rd dress, and all of my Roxy items have sold in very quick amount of time, at least 30 days or less. So I'm kind of always on the lookout now for these dresses. I sold a maxi dress, I believe, back in May, and it actually sold pretty quickly too. So maybe keep an eye out for these. When you look up comps, they're not a crazy amount. Again, I only sold this one for $20, but I do feel like they sell, and they sell quickly. So if you're looking for that quick flip, keep an eye out for these. I just sold 2 days ago a Roxy hooded poncho, a hooded poncho, and that only took 7 days to sell. So keep an eye out for those. I think those are doing well. At least they're doing well for me. Moving on, this was a same day. Pardon me. This sold within 1 day, this item here. This was a Free People women's size small Jeanette gauze tunic, mini dress, ruffles, and I put Renaissance in the title because I thought this would be totally something who would wear to a Renaissance fair. I found this at the bins, so it cost me barely anything. It took only, like I said, 1 day to sell, and my profit was $21.40. I sold it for $30. This was a random pickup at the bins. I think it had a little dirt on the ends, but I ended up fixing it up. It was in great condition, and this was kind of like something you could wear as a tunic or a dress. I was actually very surprised that it sold as fast as it did. Sometimes I wonder if pieces sell really fast, if it's because I priced them too low. But anyways, it's in and out really quickly, a good flip. Keep your eye out for this one if you ever find it again. Moving on to a Lululemon maxi dress. I found this one at the bins as well. I was actually kind of surprised it went as fast as it did because I feel like Lululemon is not going nearly as fast and for as much as it used to. This one sold in 12 days. I don't think it was my full asking price, but it did sell for $48. And because I found that at the bins, I made $36.80 off of this one. What can I say? It's Lululemon. It's a maxi dress. It was in mint condition. Size 4 maxi dresses and anything like those athletic dresses are going really, really well during the summer right now. So if you can pick up something like this, I would definitely give it a try. Next up, and I'm pretty sure I've already talked about this in a different what sold video. This was a men's Vuori seaside hoodie, full zip black front pocket sweatshirt and outdoors. Now, I was not at all concerned of the fact that this sweatshirt or this hoodie would not sell. I was very, very excited and happy to find it because it was at the bin. So it made my profit go way up at $49.41. I profited off of this item. I sold it for $72. It had a little wear, but not much. This one sold within 12 days, which I was actually kind of surprised about. I thought it would have sold quicker, and I'm not complaining. That's just how it went. It did sell on eBay in 12 days. I'm really thinking I probably would pick up anything Vuori. Even if it's a t-shirt, I'd probably just pick it up for myself or for my husband because the quality is just there. Like if you've never found Vuori, I really pray that you do. I will give you good vibes, sending you out lots of good juju because the quality of these items are great. So even if you want to keep it for yourself, it's such a great find. This was another bins pickup that I had. This is just a super simple Shapermint everyday tank. It's not huge, like it wasn't a lot of compression. When I found this, I actually found this at the bins and it was literally on the floor getting trampled on. So I picked it up and it was really dark. It was covered in a lot of like dust and whatever, because obviously you all know it gets really dusty and gross around there. And I thought, you know what, for the price of getting it at the bins, it probably cost me about $1. I'm going to go ahead, get it home and try to get this cleaned, and it cleaned up perfectly. All I used was the OxyClean powder and I let it soak. I did that maybe 2 or 3 times and it came out gorgeous. I did only price this for $16. I probably could have gotten a little bit more for it if I held on, but this one did sell in 7 days and my profit was $10.45. So I will take it. This was a piece that I probably should have priced higher, but I could not find any true comps on it. This was another bins pickup. It was a vintage Abercrombie and Fitch shirt. And I just knew this was vintage by the way it did the how the logo is, the A. Finch New York in the athletic department, because that's what we used to wear back in the 90s. And the logo on the inside of the shirt was completely cut off. So I had to do measurements for the size, which I assumed it was a men's medium. This sold within a couple hours of me listing it. I listed it for $18 and somebody picked it up. I really just I could not find this anywhere. And I probably should have taken note on that because I could not find this graphic anywhere. And some of the Abercrombie and Fitch shirts that are vintage go for quite a bit of money. So next time I will probably do better and price it up a little bit just to see how it goes. But I'm very happy that it got sold and went to somebody who really, really wanted it. My profit there ended up being $12.90. And last but not least, and this was a shocker too, this was an Eddie Bauer size large linen jacket. I did put in Gorp Core, which that is like an outerwear kind of keyword to use. So anything that's kind of like North Face or hiking or anything tech gear, anything like that, Gorp Core is a really good keyword to put in there. And of course I put outdoors. This was another bins pickup. This sold in only 1 day. Because it was Eddie Bauer though, I priced it at the $20 mark. It was 100% linen. So I probably should have priced it a little bit higher. And I probably, if I would have priced it higher, and waited on it for maybe like another month or so, I think I would have gotten more for it, because it's a really good transitional piece for fall into going into summer, into fall, because of the fabric being linen. It's lightweight, and then the brown really kind of tied it in. So for this one, I feel like I should have priced it quite a bit higher. But you live and learn, and this is what we're here for, right? So again, this one took 1 day. I profited $13.40. So I feel like a lot of times you can get maybe more for a quick sell. Like the Vuori, I was totally fine with selling at that price in the 12 days. But for this one, and then the vintage Abercrombie and Fitch, and then maybe the Free People one, I probably could have gotten a little bit more if I wanted to hold out on it. But we're in the business of selling, not in the business of storage. So we like to leave it at that. So that is what I have for you today. A very quick, short video just talking about my top fastest sellers for the last 2 months of summer of 2025. Be sure to subscribe so that you can catch my next video that should be coming out in just a couple of days, where I recap the entire month of July. I will be completely honest with you, my profits and my losses. I'll tell you what has sold for a really great profit. I did have some really great sales this month. And I had some really shitty sales too. So we can't forget about those. So thanks for hanging out with me today. Until next time, happy reselling.